tournament, I would get to showcase my skills.
So taking that experience from going from a 5v5 to a 1v1 mode, and not only that, but now you have to deal with all kinds of these great players in the NBA, all kinds of different stats, all kinds of different cards. What was your mindset going into the tournament and trying to qualify for the money prize?
You got to run the score. Honestly, you got to run the score the way.
Let's meet your New York Knicks starting lineup. At shooting guard, at 6'6" number 25, Reggie. Starting at the other guard, at 6'3", number 6, Alfred Payton. At small forward, at 6'6", number 9, RJ Barrett. At center, at 7'0", number 23, Mitchell Robinson. The other forward position, standing 6'8", number 30, Julius Randle. New York Knicks.
The NBA on 2K Sports. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Hey, Kevin. The Knicks have young talent and some promising draft picks. For that reason, they feel they're well positioned to trade for a star if one becomes available. The Knicks front office member described that as the best path for them. Guys, in the Big Apple, there is little patience for a long rebuild.
A little patience indeed. That's interesting. Thank you, David. All right, a chance to check out stats for Kawhi Leonard.
And, guys, it hasn't been pretty for him in the past 5 games. He's having one of those scoring slumps that all players go through at some point in the season. But I know he hadn't lost his confidence, and I expect this young man to get after it here tonight.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverley. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. And it's Ibaka in at the 5 down low. And for the Knicks, filling out the wings are Bullock and Barrett. It's Randall and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. And it's Payton in at the point. It'll be Los Angeles off the tip. Outside, George. And Leonard has it in the corner. Over Barrett. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Count on Kawhi Leonard to work as much as he needs to get to the spots on the floor where he can be successful. He's a good shooter from mid-range.
Robinson, that's good.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
Ibaka outside. And Alfred Payton with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And Mitchell Robinson is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. to the inside, and Ibaka slams it in.
Well, you see the improvement in terms of high-level playmaking, a great understanding of all the offensive scheme that Kawhi Leonard possesses.
Now here's Payton. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Robinson passes to Barrett. Shoots. The rebound by Paul George. Looking at the Knicks, they took the win in their last game against the Cavaliers.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons. Goes there, wins the MVP and a championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
And he can't get the first one. He hits the second from the line. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Leonard against Barrett. And it's Leonard missing.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Payton kicks to Barrett. Pocket 6. Knocked away. Leonard with the steal. Shoots the 3. Right side, Batum. And the pass to Beverly. 6 on the shot clock. The Clippers need to get off a shot. The shot by George, no good. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the Knicks. They trail by 1. Bullock passes to Payton. Some nice passing by New York here. Back to Barrett. Knocks it loose. Shoots it. That one off the back iron and out. And so Ibaka will bring it up for Los Angeles. This their first look at this year's New York squad.
And last season, they made short work of this club. 2 games, 2 wins.
Sort of representative of how they each finished the season. One a playoff team, the other on the outside looking in. I think things may play out the same way this year, too.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
So New York ends up going with the new group. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at the Clippers, off to a great start this season, currently in second.
Yeah, and I think the Clippers, they've got their sights set pretty darn high right now. After what they've done this season, their goal is nothing short of a title.
A massive amount of confidence, tremendous swagger with this team, and they believe in themselves. That might be all it takes to get them where they want to go.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
And Reggie Jackson, the former 24th pick by the Thunder, wasn't content to back up Westbrook. He basically forced his way out in search of a larger role.
And the first one at the line is good. All free throws good from Jackson. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Pass to Noel. Kicks it to Rivers. Three-pointer. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Well, the deep ball accuracy is much more consistent now from Austin Rivers, learning how to be an effective shooter at this level.
Now, here's Zubac. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Williams with the ball, now guarded by Noel. Williams, that's good.
He's such a dynamic scorer, inside, outside, it really doesn't matter. Lou Williams is a huge threat to score, especially coming off the bench.
Pass to Rivers. Here's Knox, covered by Morris.
And with the pause here, how about the stats for Rivers? He's right around 9 points a night, 2 assists and 2 rebounds. We know that he can come up with the occasional big play, but his overall numbers haven't been impressive.
There is a bit of a feeling they're all looking to him to step up, and they know he's capable of doing it right now, just not getting it done.
The first free throw is good.
Kevin Knox's father played professional football when Kevin was growing up. That may be where he gets some of his toughness from.
Alec Burks checked in for New York. If they time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarters.
Here's Kennard. He can't hit that time. The Knicks go the other way with it. Over to the wing. Here's Knox. And the rejection by Zubac. And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. How about that strong defensive performance for this half's Mobile One block?
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Here's Williams. 9 points last game out. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
Delicate with the floater there up over the top. It's like Lou Williams has shot that one before.
Now Burks fires the 3. Here's Noel. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
Yeah, that's a tough call there with the naked eye. Fortunately, the league's replay center able to slow it down, zoom in, and check all the angles.
And it looks like they got it right this time. No basket. The clock had expired while the ball was still in his hands.
And even if they don't show it, I know the refs are proud of themselves after a replay proves them right. They're like...
And that does it for the first quarter. Clippers ahead, up 4. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Recently, we had a chance to speak with R.J. Barrett about what was a trying first year.
I hate losing, but at the end of the day, it's part of the game. And I feel like you could learn more from a loss.
And Barrett, a guy who's accustomed to winning, at least as an amateur grade.
I mean, he won a championship in high school, could have won one in his only year of college. He's going to be a driving force for the organization to get better.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
Yeah, defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Kap'n is out there with Nerlens Noel. Then there's Alec Burks. Then there's Austin Rivers. And it's Knox in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 for New York right now.
Like to see when an offensive player takes some pride in the defensive play. Nice job by Lou Williams sticking to his man there.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition. and that helps get the rhythm going.
Here's Burks. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. They come into this one having outplayed the Magic last game.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
Yeah, saw the box score of that game the next day, and I thought, wow, that's a huge scoring night. Pretty impressive stuff there.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Ladies and gentlemen, dance team.
And a new group in for the Knicks. Robinson's checked in for Noel. Randall comes in for Kap'n. It's checked in for Kevin Knox. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Rivers. Beverly against Payton.
Great handle that time. Sometimes Payton pulls some things out that you just can't guard against.
Clippers leading by 6. Beverly dishes to Ibaka. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Mitchell Robinson. The Clippers shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
First free throw is good.
And back in 08, Ibaka became the first player ever from the Republic of Congo to be drafted in the NBA.
Reggie Bullock, he's checked in for Burks. Ibaka hits both of them. Knicks trail by 8. Outside Robinson. Tipped away. Lobbed up there for Robinson. And it's out of bounds to New York. They'll retain possession.
And here's a look at the stats for Robinson. He showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month. First in shooting percentage, 8th in blocks, and don't forget top 20 in the league in rebounds per game. He's got a great nose for the ball.
And you're right, he's been the pinnacle of scoring efficiency. Never seems to take a bad shot. That's why he's tops in field goal percentage.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
When you think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor, I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George. And we all know what a tough cover Kawhi has become. The defender got caught in a bad position and is kicking himself for it now.
A free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
There's a quiet intensity that Kawhi Leonard brings to both ends of the floor, a defensive menace, and it's amazing to watch him just how disruptive he can be when he's guarding the 1, 2, 3, or even 4-man and messing up offensive schemes.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. To the paint, here's Randall. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
The muscle and the intensity there from Randall showing off, and he converts through contact.
Beverly with the ball. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. And that one, good.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. The NBA continues to build international academies to develop prospects from other countries. Already, academy graduates are playing Division I college basketball. And before long, NBA players should start emerging from that pipeline. The league continues to reach out to find overlooked youngsters who have a gift and give them the opportunity. Guys,
Outstanding, David. Thank you. Stolen by Beverly. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Take a look at New York. They're right now in the 8th spot in the conference here in the early part of the season.
And seeing where the Knicks are, they haven't packed any big surprises into the early part of this season. They're right in the middle of the NBA's pecking order.
And based on their early returns, it's really hard to see that position changing very much in one direction or another. I see them as a team that's right there in the middle of the pack, but not one that's ready to make any leap this year.
This is his first free throw of the game. He's off on the first.
The Knicks fans looking for any ray of hope, and it doesn't have to come at the hands of high-level draft choices. Mitchell Robinson is one of those young players right now for them who's showing a ton of promise.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Kevin Knox is checked in for Barrett, and it's Austin Rivers in for Reggie Bullock. Right now, let's check out the team for the best free throw percentage. The Clippers, number 1.
You can't be careless when you play them. I mean, no wasted opportunities at the line. It's a team effort, and they're getting it done.
That one is off. And Robinson, a second-round pick for the Knicks. Brent, he has been a steal.
I agree with you. He started playing basketball in 8th grade, so you wonder how much more unlimited and untapped potential does Mitchell Robinson have at this position.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Noel comes in for Mitchell Robinson. And it's Kap'n in for Julius Randle. Quickly. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
For New York, they have shot 3 of 6 at the foul line.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Leonard. And it's Jackson in for George. He hits both from the stripe.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Outside Williams. Knicks trail by 11. 29 seconds left to play in the first half. Clippers have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Kennard kicks to Williams. Five to shoot. Here's Morris with the tip, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Zubac has got the lead up to 13 now for Los Angeles.
And a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. And so it's Los Angeles. 13 points up at the end of the period. All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. And load management the last few seasons, a common occurrence for Kawhi Leonard, missing about a quarter of the regular season schedule. Shaq, do you have a problem with it?
I most certainly do not. He said himself for playoffs, but that's when it counts, Ernie. The chase.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. We have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything that the league can do to slow him down. He's just that good.
Yeah, avalanche warning in this one. He is just on a roll.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. And the Clippers, looking at who they've got. They've got Batum. Paul George is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Ibaka in at the 5, roaming the paint. Back to Randall. Payton looking it over. And Barrett slams it in.
Yeah, R.J. Barrett can do that. That pass on target. And R.J. taking care of the rest.
Beverly against Payton. Now here's Beverly. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Payton against Beverly. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, that's pretty aggressive by Elfrid Payton. To draw a foul inside the paint, the D looks flustered.
For New York, they have made 5 of 8 of their free throw attempts. That's good from Payton. The Knicks making a switch here. Burks is checked in. And both free throws good for Payton.
Well, we've seen indications of Payton and his all-around game, but we just would want to see the evolution of the shot come along, just more consistent from the outside. That's the next step.
George, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Hate to say it, but if they're still trailing at the final buzzer, a lot of this is going to be felt by him. His shooting tonight has just been atrocious. The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
Burks' shot is good.
You risk getting torched when somebody's open. Payton's skilled enough to find the open man.
Outside Leonard. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Robinson. On defense, New York. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
The tendency can be to really rush or push the game, and they need to avoid that.
On its way from Burks for 2. Busts the J after the cagey pass fake. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Outside Leonard. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's on Mitchell Robinson.
Good scorers have that ability. When Leonard gets that deep, it's usually a bucket, a trip to the free throw line, or both.
For the Knicks, Noel's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Kevin Knox comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Austin Rivers in for Payton. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists in the game.
Well, he does a lot of work on the perimeter, but don't let Paul George fool you. He can finish inside.
Rivers finds Barrett. Works for 3. It's rebounded by Leonard. Leonard's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Lou Williams, so crafty, GA. Just a knack for putting the ball in the basket.
This guy just has the gift. I mean, it's been that way forever. He is just a born scorer.
Here's Leonard. Second chance shot. It's rebounded by New York.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
The Knicks have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game.
The line for your Knicks, Alec Burks. Taking 2 shots.
The first one falls. Kap'n, he's checked in for Barrett. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Reggie Jackson comes in for George. Both shots good from the stripe.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
And here's Kennard. Burks with the steal. It's Rivers on the wing. Goes back up. Noel trying to break loose. Knox misses. Clippers leading by 14. Williams kicks to Jackson. Outside Williams. 6 to shoot. Zubac trying to break loose. Knocked loose and wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Clippers have possession. Morris passes to Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 4 rebounds in this game. Passes it to Burks. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Williams for 3, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers sitting with a comfort. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes. And what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Knox out there with Reggie Bullock. Then it's Robinson. Then there's Austin Rivers. That's the 5 for New York right now. From downtown, Batum grabs the miss. And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. So it's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the Nets to look forward to. And that will be the 5th game of this 6-game road trip. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. A different look for New York. Julius Randle's checked in for Kevin Knox. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Rivers. Serge Ibaka is checked in for the Clippers. Here's Payton. Now the pass to Bullock. Off target with his 3. Clippers leading by 14. And Batum with the basket on the assist by Beverly.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
Quickly. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Lou Williams.
At the line for your Knicks, Emmanuel Quickly.
And he knocks down the first one. And Los Angeles with some changes. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Marcus Morris. And George is subbed in for Lou Williams. That's also good. So he hits both free throws. 4th quarter still young, just over a minute play. Bounce pass from Beverly. And Ibaka kicks to George. It's deflected.
No, sir. Randle up there says,
Quickly, he's covered by Leonard. Randle surveying the D. Here's Bullock. Buries it down low.
And it's all about the release when you shoot the floater.
Los Angeles leading by 12. Here's George. And the shot is long.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Randle kicks to Bullock. Payton outside. Shot clock at 6. Stolen by George. And here comes the break. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
New York calls timeout.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
Checked in for the Knicks. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the break, I heard Tom Thibodeau as he talked with the team. The focus of his speech was hustle. He told his players, those guys are going to come at us. We have to match their intensity, and we have to play with a great deal of energy. We're all in here, fellas. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Beverly dishes to Leonard. Fades away. Count that one. And the Clippers lead by 16.
Well, he's made himself into such a reliable scorer. Hard not to call Leonard's number as often as possible.
Here's Payton, and Payton throws it down.
Gives the team such a great element, having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Leonard with the bucket.
You know, what a game by Leonard, but you wouldn't know it by the way he's reacting out there. Just stone-faced, but getting the job done.
Pass to Bullock. A 3-ball. They get it back. Randall makes it off the glass.
That's a testament to the effort there on the boards. Never willing to give up on the possession, finding ways to sniff out the ball.
Leonard against Barrett. The shot. And again, it's Kawhi Leonard. Leonard's got 12 points in just the second half.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Clippers.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win. And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Leonard.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mitchell Robinson. Toppin comes in for Randall. Kevin Knox is checked in for R.J. Barrett. And Alec Burks subbed in for Reggie Bullock. Now here's Payton. D right on him. Clippers have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And Leonard gets it to go.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Leonard against Burks. Payton outside. Pass to Toppin. Shot clock at 5. Here's Knox. Second chance effort. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, Knox has such versatility in his game. If you add the art of drawing fouls, that's going to help him out.
2 shots.
No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Passes to Leonard. Lays it up and banks it in. And the Clippers lead by 19.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Ntilikina gets the bucket.
Nice touch right there, Ntilikina.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel it.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.